Hi everybody, my name's Helen, and today I'm going to bring you my October book haul. I did say that this month probably wasn't going to have a very big book haul, and it's not huge by any means, but it's more than it was going to be, because I was doing so well. I had only bought one book, and had someone give me one book for the entire month, up until this Sunday, which was the 26th, and my bookstore was having a buy 3 get 1 free and a bargain section that was quite tempting, so I ended up with 7 books altogether. The first book that I got this month was The Sea of Trolls by Nancy Farmer. If you don't know, this is the same author who wrote The House of Scorpions, which I've heard nothing but amazing things about, and this is the first book in her middle grade fantasy trilogy, which is about an 11-year-old boy named Jack, his sister Lucy, and they are enslaved, they're captured and enslaved on a pirate ship kind of thing. So this sounds super cool. I'm super excited to read this. I haven't read middle grade fantasy in what feels like forever, and this looked like it was going to be a pretty promising place to start. And the second book I got, which was actually given to me by my mother, was Just Listen by Sarah Dessen, which, as you can see, I kind of started. I'm only one chapter in. Someone dropped this off at her gym and she thought I would like it, so she sent it to me. And this is about a girl named Annabelle who has everything except for her best friend. It sounds pretty interesting. I've only ever read one Sarah Dessen book, which was around this time last year, and that was Along for the Ride, and I really liked it. And yeah, I was pretty excited when my mom sent me this. Now we are into the books from the bookstore that broke my awesomeness in not buying books. The first book that I bought at the bookstore this month was The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. I own The Maze Runner and The Death Cure, and I read The Maze Runner this month. More about that in my wrap-up. But I did enjoy it, and I saw the movie, and I really liked it, and I want to know what's going to happen next, so I went and bought The Scorch Trials. The next book that I got this month at the bookstore was Girl of Nightmares by Kendare Blake, and I read Anna Dressed in Blood around this time last year. It's been just over a year since I read it. Loved it. It was one of my favorite books of 2014. Really liked it. I had it in softcover and could never find Girl of Nightmares in paperback, and my bookstore never had it in general. And then I saw The Bright Red Spine, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. And I realized what it was, and I fangirled. The next book that I got is Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this is book 1 in the White Rabbit Chronicles, and I have been wanting to read this for so long, ever since I saw it, and it's just so beautiful, and it's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, but she kills zombies. What's not to love about this idea? That's awesome. And the last book that was part of my buy 3 get the 4th one free deal at the bookstore was The Gypsy King by Maureen Fergus, and this is a story about a runaway slave. This book has been in my bookstore for so long, and I always look at it and I always think, maybe not, maybe not, and this time I just decided to grab it. And the last book I did that, the last book that I had something like this happen to me with was Starters by Alyssa Price, and I ended up really enjoying it. And I looked The last book that I got this month was Born of Silence by Sherilyn Kenyon, and as you can see, this was the bargain book. It was $5. I got this without being sure if it was going to be the first book in a series or not, because it says it is a League novel, but it didn't say anywhere on it if it was from, what part of the series it was in, or anything, so I decided for $5, why not, I'll get it. And it turns out this is book 5. So I have 4 other books that I need to buy now before I can get to this one. And this is a pretty chunky book. So, I don't know, but I've heard really good things about Sherilyn Kenyon in the past, so I am looking forward to diving into this series if I can get the first 4 books in it. Those are all of the books that I got this month. Have you read any of